Hello, welcome to video number 3 in this advanced mind power training series, and this one is called How to Activate the Law of Attraction Using Mind Power. And 3 things that we're going to look at in this video are: 1, how to work with the universal laws; secondly, why most people have the achievement formula back to front; and lastly, 3 words that can unlock the power of the mind. So let's jump straight in. We're going to talk about universal laws. You probably heard about the law of attraction. It's very popular nowadays, you know, The Secret. And most of us understand laws. We understand man-made laws quite well, and if we violate those man-made laws, often we get into trouble, like speeding, for instance. You know, you may get away with it for a while, but there's going to come a time when you're going to get a speeding ticket and possibly have an accident as a result. But there's also universal laws, and they work just the same in that they're always present, always there, and that we either have them working for us or we are working against them in order achieving the life that we want. And I'm going to talk about 3 laws here. There's more than 3, but I find 3 is an easy number to remember. And I fit them around the ABC. A plus B plus C equals success. So I've got them mapped out here. So we have the law of attraction, the law of belief, and the law of cause and effect. All right? So it starts with number 1, the law of attraction, which is the all-encompassing law. And the law of attraction states that we are living magnets, that we are attracting people and situations into our life based on our subconscious programming. Now, I say subconscious, we've been talking about the subconscious quite a bit, not conscious, but subconscious programming. And, you know, like attracts like, energy attracts energy. So I like to think as the law of attraction as the ultimate mirror. It's always reflecting back our dominant unconscious thoughts. Now, the law of belief states that whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. We know that the unconscious mind is feeling based, okay? And law of attraction, like attracts like, is feeling based, because it's all energy. Everything is to do with energy, how our energy affects our external world. So we know that most of the beliefs that we have sit in the subconscious part of our mind, and that means that they're outside of our awareness. We're not necessarily aware of them. And it's our beliefs that create a vibrational energy, because thoughts are things, and we don't often really think about that way, but thoughts are things. And so if I have a limiting belief, then, you know, what that will cause me is to feel at the lower end of the scale here, which is I've got drained or constricted. So fear constricts, right? Love, which is at the top end here, more energized, expands. So we're anywhere between fear and love. And all the emotions that are around that. But it's our beliefs that cause the feeling, what we believe. So if I believe I'm not very good at something, then I feel disempowered, lack of confidence, scared, frightened, doubtful, cynical, skeptical, all these type of emotions. And as a result of feeling that way, then I attract situations and people into my life so that they become mirrored. So fear attracts fear, if you like. Love attracts love. Love attracts love. Now, the law of cause and effect, all right, that says for every effect, there is a cause. So if the effect is that somebody has wealth, there'll be a cause. If the effect is that somebody has health, there'll be a cause. If the effect is that somebody is happy, there'll be a cause. And the opposite's also true as well. Now, I like to think of the law of cause and effect that connects these two. So the law of attraction with the law of belief. Because if that's a mirror and I'm not getting the results that I want, the law of cause and effect says that it comes down to what I'm doing, my thoughts. My thoughts are creating this. And so it becomes, you know, for me, that when we accept that as a truism, then we begin to take full control over our life. Now, the opposite of that is to blame, is to finger point, is to accuse, is to play the victim, which will not get us the goals that we want to achieve for ourselves and the changes that we want to make in our life. And that's living at the effect end. You know, we're at the effect of things. And it's not our fault. It's nothing to do with me. What do you expect? And then we come up with all the excuses. You know, I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have enough money, I don't have the right qualifications. It's because I'm ugly. It's because that I don't have the intelligence. Whatever it is, whatever the excuse is, it puts us at the effect. And then we become the victim, which is definitely a no-no if we want to achieve the things that we want to achieve in our life. It comes back to taking full 100% responsibility for where we are in our life, for how the thoughts are creating it, but not the conscious thoughts, because other people go, that's not what I think. No, no, no. You may not consciously think like that, but remember that it's the subconscious mind, which is the powerhouse. That's what's creating it. It's because, I'll use a pen, that the law of attraction is working around energy. So, you know, if I'm at the low end of the scale, where I'm more fear-based, then I attract as a result of that. Whereas if I'm much more up here, and I'm, you know, doing what I love, with people that I love, somewhere that I love, an environment that I love, then I'm going to attract more of the good stuff into my life as a result of that. Now, there's no getting away from this. This is happening 24/7, just like gravity. You know, we all understand gravity. Gravity doesn't care what city we're in. You could be in London, you could be in New York, there's still gravity. Gravity doesn't care whether you understand it or not. It's still, you jump off a building, you're going to just drop. Gravity doesn't care whether you believe in it or not. And it's no different with these three laws, the law of attraction, the law of belief, and the law of cause and effect. They're three laws that are always in. So, always in action, if you like. So what we need to do in order to apply this is come back to our thinking once again. And that's what mind power is all about, using the power of thoughts and beliefs to create the life that we want, to achieve the goals that we want, to move ourselves towards what we want. But the lovely thing is that most people think about goal setting in terms of struggle. But when you align yourself with these three laws, it becomes flow. It becomes effortless living. Now, effortless living or effortless achieving isn't achieving without effort. It's achieving without struggle. Which leads me on to the second point, which is why most people have got this round the wrong way. Now, if I put up here, let's use blue, be, do, have. All right. Now, here's the way we're conditioned, the way that the subconscious for most of us has been conditioned to get the things that we want in life. We think about what we want to have, and then we go about doing to get it. So I want to have money, so I'll go get a job, and when I've got the money, then I'll be happy. All right? So we put happiness somewhere in the future that we're going to meet when we've achieved whatever it is that we've set out to achieve. And that's the way most people work. That's the way that I worked for many, many years, up until really fully understanding what I'm talking to you about right now, the mind power. Whereas, if we want to turn this around and actually apply it to our three laws, we start with being. How do you want to be? Or, when you achieve that goal, what will you be in terms of emotion? Well, I'll be confident, I'll be excited, I'll be ecstatic, I feel like an achiever. So, get that feeling first. And then, when you get that feeling, the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect, the law of belief begins to work for you. So it starts with be, and then from being, do from being, and then you'll have whatever it is that you want. So this is really powerful. Most people have got this round the wrong way, or consciously they've got it. You know, yeah, it makes logical sense, Colin, you know, logically. But the programs that are running in the background are very much around do, to have, to be. You know, do, have, and then I'll be happy, then I'll be pleased, then I'll be whatever it is. So be, do, have. Now, you're going to have a sheet that you're going to download, which is my be, do, have mindscaping worksheet. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to download that worksheet. It's in the membership site, and there's a video there that you watch as well. I'll explain what I'd like you to do with it. But I'd like you to start your goal setting around be first. How do you want to be? What are the states of being? Okay? Start that first. Then what do you want to do? Then what do you want to have? But operate very much in that direction. Be, to do, to have. Okay? So you can download that in the membership site. Now, what's this 3-word belief-changing technique that I've talked about? Well, it's really very, very simple and obvious, but it's something that I find that we don't often do much in our lives. Now, the words are act as if. Okay? So you take a goal that you want to achieve and you get clear on, remember, it's not the goal, it's what it's going to do for us. Okay? The feeling that it will get. Okay? So let's say that my goal is to make more money, all right? And at the moment, I'm very much in the sort of have, do, to be. So I open my wallet and I find that I don't have much money in there, so I don't feel too good. As a result, I'm stressed, I'm anxious, I'm fearful as a result of that. And that's the emotion that I'm in, which is a low vibrational set of emotions, which you all know now attracts more of what I don't want. I will continue open my wallet and see no money, continue open my wallet and see no money. So I go, okay, so what will money do for me? What will money get for me? And I go, well, a feeling of security, a feeling of certainty, a feeling of freedom. Great. So now what I want to do is take those feelings and feel those feelings now. Act as if I have those emotions, have those feelings now. I have the result that I want now. Now this links back to the last video that you watched, which is the 7 minutes before you go to bed. That's why it's crucial to begin to program that unconscious mind. What's your last 7-minute ritual? What's your thing that you do just before you go to sleep? Because this is about being purposeful. This is about being deliberate rather than on autopilot and living by default. So now that you're understanding these laws, hopefully you can see why it's so important. Now, neuroscience is catching up with this, because a lot of you will be going, oh, Colin, act as if. I mean, come on, can't you do better than that? And I understand that, I get that, because it seems a little bit too simple. But neuroscience is catching up now. Now there's a lady, Amy Cuddy, has recently done a TED Talk, and I'll put this TED Talk in the membership site so you'll be able to see this. And she is she's a social psychologist at Harvard Business School. And she's done some incredible experiments and research around the power of physiology, the power of the way that we use our physical body. Now, it's very much in the business context, this, but there's still lots that we can learn from this. And what she's found is that, yes, our physiology impacts other people's perceptions of us, but very much our physiology, the way we use our physical body, impacts us at the emotional level and the level at which we excrete either testosterone or cortisol. So we know that cortisol is the stress, okay, it's the stress hormone, which is known about. Too much cortisol is not good. Now, the way that we hold our body affects the cortisol levels that we experience. And the way that we hold our body, and she calls it power posing, the way that we hold our body affects the testosterone that we leave. Now testosterone causes us to feel powerful. It causes us to, take more risks. And you can read about the experiments that she's done and also the percentage changes. Whereas cortisol causes us to shrink and, to play small. So just by using our physiology, acting as if, it has a significant impact in the chemical body that we find ourselves in. Now, this isn't a long period of time. 2 minutes is all the experiments she did. Holding someone in a posture for 2 minutes affect whether they experienced more of a secretion of cortisol or more of a secretion of testosterone. So very powerful. So I know it's like, oh, is that it, Colin? Is that the best you can do? But applying this can make a huge difference. I said I wanted to give you the things that give you the best possible chance of achieving your goals. And when you start to add up everything, that we're on video number 3 now, everything from video 1 and video 2 and now video 3, you're starting to get what most people do not know about how to make changes and how to achieve the life that they want to achieve.